Welcome, friends. I'm Will, and I thought today we would do a little good morning intention setting. Something that we can do first thing in the morning to give our day a little bit of focus, maybe make our day a little bit better, maybe even a little bit more fulfilling. We'll do some breathing, a little gentle movement. It's a lovely way to get our day started. Of course, you could do this at any time. And as a little sort of visual helper in this process, we're going to use a little sacred geometry to think about our day. So I want you to think about your day as if it's a triangle. And at the base, we have two different forces that might seem opposing, but we're going to try to find a balance within them. On the one side, we have our intention, which is something that we're going to set for ourselves. And we'll get back to setting that intention, but we could think about it as an open palm, ready to receive, a vessel. On the other side, we can think of it as far more specific, far more active. Maybe it's a fist, or maybe we think about just gripping something. Perhaps a tool, perhaps a nice gardening tool. It does work, it's powerful, but we also have to have balance to all this specificity. So we have the abstract that receives, that kind of floats off, and we have the empirical and the specific and the forceful. If we can find balance in our day, then those two are going to rise up to a point, and we'll have a lovely equilateral triangle. Or if we go off too far off into space, maybe we don't really accomplish anything if our head's too much in the clouds, and maybe we don't help others if we're a little too flighty. If we're a little too specific, we're worried about the list, the this, and the that, then we're floating off in this other direction of tension and stress that probably radiates out to others. So what should our intention be on this open hand? That's totally up to you, but it should be something a little more abstract. Maybe it's something that is aspirational, something to strive for. It could be something as simple as spreading love. If you've been doing a whole lot of spreading love, maybe taking care of others too much and not taking care of yourself, it might be a self-love day. It might be a day just to kind of let all that weight off your shoulders come off and let it go, especially if you're at home and you're locked down. There's probably a lot of tension and a lot of stress and a lot of uncertainty. And you gotta let go of what you can't control. We can't be all here controlled with this death grip. No, loosen up. Grab the rake, grab the shovel with a nice moderate grip. Find that balance so we can have a beautifully balanced triangle of our day. So let's take a moment to breathe and to maybe think about what we would want that intention to be. So let's use our hands. Doesn't matter which hand is which. One hand on our lap is open for receiving. The other hand, it's not a death grip, it's not a fist, it's not violent, but it's together. Like it could grip something. Lift your rib cage, sit up nice and tall. If you want to cross your legs, that's fine. I just have my legs stretched out. I'm still underneath the covers, all good. Still in the PJs, my Jimmy Jams, just chilling. Roll your shoulders, maybe go ahead and close your eyes if you're comfortable. Let's find the breath here. In through the nose. Exhale, out through the nose. And since we're using this imagery of the triangle, Let's use a nice simple 3 count for the breath, just as a nice way to focus. Pull your belly and squeeze all your air out. Let's inhale 1, 2, 3, fill the belly. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Little squeeze of the air out, belly button in towards your spine. Breath in, 1, 2, 3. Get a little taller on the top of that inhale. Breath out, 3, 2, 1. One more time with that count. In, 1, 2, 3, and out, 3, 2, 1. Keep your eyes closed. Keep breathing, maybe at that rhythm. Maybe a little slower rhythm, maybe a little quicker rhythm, whatever feels good to you. And take a quiet moment to figure out what your intention for the day is. For me, it's simply going to be spread love. Have a quiet moment to ourselves to contemplate, find that intention. And we'll move a little bit in a moment. Last deep breath in through the nose, sigh out through the mouth. Let it go. That felt so good. Let's do it again. Cleansing breath in through the nose, loose jaw. Let it all go. Slowly open the eyes. Bring your hands up. Circle those wrists around a few times in each direction. If you naturally start to slouch a little bit, don't worry about it. Find that long spine. As we inhale, sweep the arms out, up and overhead. Even lift the chin slightly. See the palms touch. And bring it down to heart center. Let's do that a few more times. Open up the shoulders and let's do it with that 3 count of the breath. Slowly inhale. 1, 2, 3, reach. Slowly down to heart center. 3, 2, 1. A couple more like that at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen that exhale. Always. One more time around. Bring it down. Once you get down, fingertips on shoulders, give them some big rolls of the elbows. Take them all the way around. Get a little momentum. Good thing about the bed, you can bounce around too. A few times in the other direction. And now, we're going to bend the knees. I'm going to move my sheets aside a little bit. I'm going to bring my soles of the feet down onto the bed. And I want you to walk your feet as far away from you as you can, having the feet fairly flat. And then we're going to get a little grip below the knees. Inhale. Oh, lift your heart, lift your chin. Exhale, roll back. Separate the shoulder blades and tuck in. It's glorious. A few more times. Close your eyes once you got the rhythm. Maybe find that 3 count. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Let the shoulders roll back. Exhale, bring it back far as you want to go. One more time. And roll out. Come back up. Walk those feet in a little bit closer. Now let's build just a tiny bit of fire here. Inhale. Lift the arms straight up towards the sky. Squeeze your thighs. Roll back a little bit. You can embrace running on your knees. Or just a little bit more. Rise up. Fingers wide. Radiate any unused energy you've had pent up inside. And roll back. Come back up. Palms down by your side. Bring your feet together. And we're just going to sway the knees a little bit. Some of this might not go all the way to the side, but I want you to look over the opposite shoulder of whichever side your knees go into. Our elbows are soft. And we can just roll. We're not worried too much about form. Just letting it go. If it feels good to pick up the pace a little bit, just roll. Maybe a couple more. And now, come on to your forearms. We're going to come all the way down on to our backs, knees bent. Let your knees go over to one side. We're not holding it long. Doesn't matter which side you go to. Just pick a side and let your arms go out wide. You might choose to turn your head over the opposite shoulder of the side that your knees went to, just like we did before, but with the motion. So turn your head if it feels good and reach those arms out wide. And the key thing, try to relax your lower body. Are you clenching up? Let go. Even if the knees aren't going over too far, you can always get a pillow, put it underneath that bottom knee, just to give you a little bit of extra support. Give it a couple more breaths. Relax. And now, turn your head in. Bring your knees back up. Bring your knees into the chest before we do the other side. Just rock around a little bit. You won't feel it quite as much in the lower back as when we do it on the ground or your mat. But the cool thing is, you can bring the knees over towards the shoulders and really rock around using the mattress. And now, release. Let your feet come down. Worry about where you were on the other side to start. Knees to the other side, arms out wide again maybe. A turn of the head over the opposite shoulder. And again, check in with the lower body. Are we clenching? Are we engaging? Find a little bit of balance. We want the open hand on the lower body. Turn your head, relax your shoulders, let them sink down into the bed. Take a few beautiful breaths. Let the knees come back up. Knees into the chest. Little roly-poly. Get a little momentum and whoop. Eventually come on up into a seat. Walk those feet out. Palms down, fingertips underneath your cheeks. Just tuck them in. Lift each cake, and then we're going to come on down to our forearms. So for a lot of us, we'll just press into our elbows, lift our heart. You might look straight up towards the ceiling, or if it feels good, you could let your neck release all the way back. If you do that, loosen the jaw. It's so good. Neck can be wherever you want. If you want to do a little bit more in this extension, you can just straighten your legs all the way out. Let your toes flop out wide. Just relax. But stay engaged in the forms. Keep lifting your heart up actively towards the sky and keep breathing. Is that belly expanding on the inhale? Exhale, squeeze it in. Make these breaths really active here. and out. One more breath. Maybe find that 3 count. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Squeeze, 3, 2, 1. If the neck was all the way back, tuck your chin. Bend our knees. If we straighten the legs out, press down. Come on. Back up. And we'll stretch your legs out long on to the bed. Lift one arm, other palm, right down onto the earth. And I do want you to flex the feet a little bit. I know they're all big up in the camera. I do have hobbit feet. Nothing I can do about it. Let your neck release to the side as far as you want. But do imagine it's like there's a wall right in front of your feet. We're not super lazy, but we're not flexing them too much. Toes aren't pointing towards your head, they're pointing right up towards the sky. A little boost off that bottom palm. Switch. Out, up, and over. One more breath. Ooh, and bring it up. And now start to slide our hands down, finding a nice forward fold. So a lot of us, maybe just palms right below the shins. I want you to keep your feet a little active here at first. Maybe just the crown of the head comes down, or if we're a little looser, we could grab the outer arches of the feet, come down, or even drape the palms over the balls of the feet. If we're ready for that, dive on down far as you want. Don't worry if you're way up here. Don't worry about it. Your perceived limitations are not limitations. They exist in a transient state. What you can do one day is not what you can do the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year. It's all practice. It's all about expanding yourself. So don't be hard on yourself if your body doesn't want to do something one day. It's the most important thing to listen to, is your body. So if you're up here, chill. If you're way down here, come down and get some. Wherever you are now, if you have that grip, even if you're way down, just bring the palms down to your side. Let your feet relax, even wiggle those tootsies. Let the upper back round, just let your head hang down. Some of us might be further up here on the forearms, on the thighs, no problem. And now let's roll back up. Get tall. Big breath in, out, up and overhead. Let the palms touch. And let those hands come down to heart center in Anjali Mudra. Get tall. Pause here for a moment. Close the eyes. Just a few more real active breaths here. Listen to yourself. Slowly lift the gaze. Let everything relax. Let your feet go a little bit wider. Let's find that open palm. Let's find that grip. Roll your shoulders. Pause. In through the nose. Out through the mouth with noise. through the nose, out through the mouth. One more, all three sides of the triangle. In through the nose, and out. Lift the gaze. Now we'll come down on to our backs for a little mini Shavasana. So you go ahead and lay down, find a comfortable spot for your arms by your side. We will close our eyes, but I do want you to still stay with the breath and keep a focus on the breath, especially if we are doing this first thing in the morning. You certainly don't want to fall asleep. And keep that intention, whatever it was for you, in the mind's eye. Let yourself float away on clouds for a moment. And let yourself just be. Bring yourself back. Flutter the fingers, flutter your toes. Let the wrists and ankles circle, get a little snap, crackle, and pop going. Let's take a moment for any intuitive movements or stretches that would feel good. Maybe knees come in towards the chest. And keep your eyes closed. Maybe you like Happy Baby. Grab the outer arches and grab the big toes. A little freestyle movement of the lower body. Maybe you want to bridge. Anything else that would feel good. And certainly reach the arms overhead. Reach through fingers and toes. Find that big old good morning stretch. Oh yeah. And eventually we will bend our knees and roll over to either side into the fetal position. Pausing here for a moment on our side to let this be a pose of transition. A place where we all started. The dimensionless point in sacred geometry. And now with the eyes still closed, we'll start to make our way up into a seat. And stretch the legs out or cross them, whichever would suit you. Once you get there, sit up tall. Breath in as we sweep the arms out, up and overhead, palms to touch overhead. Gather up all the positive energy of our practice and all those around us as we bring the hands down to heart center. And we bow our heads slightly as a sign of humility. Sharon Salzberg said, with a clear intention and a willing spirit, sooner or later we experience the joy and freedom that arises when we recognize our common humanity with others and see that real love excludes no one. I'm honored you all chose to share your practice with me. And as always, it's my honor. One love. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. Like, subscribe, share, and all those good things. See you next time. Peace.